Hey team, Jesse Reynolds here. Got your live video for a Monday morning, and I just want to talk to you about impending events. The number one skill for anyone to learn to be successful in advocare. It has been said that you can do all other things wrong, but do this one skill very well, and you can find success here. It is simply this: get yourself and your team to impending events. So I'm going to unpack this a little bit, and I'm going to put some of these things in context because Beth and I, we've been hitting the road a lot recently and been doing and we're going to be doing so more in the future here, doing some events around the team. And many of you have got different leaders on the team who are doing the same thing. And so it's simply this: getting yourself. That's where it starts. I heard it. This was already my thought process and my philosophy, and then Dawn Funk said it, and she just articulated it so well. Commit first, figure out the details later. It's simply this: if there's an impending event within a few hours of your wherever it is that you live, and there's a leader coming to town, you need to be there. Again, I'm not even going to go into how that looks or what goes into that. Everybody's got your different life circumstances. I understand that, but if you're watching this and you said to yourself, I want freedom for my family, I want to build financial success for my family with this thing called AdvoCare, that means you need to get there in the room for every impending event, not just the convenient ones. See, it's easy. Like I look at this, a great example coming up in a few days, 9 days, and coming up in 9 days, I'm doing a business opportunity meeting and training in Rome, Georgia. Well, guess what? Just 3 days before that, I'm going to be doing a Saturday morning training in McDonough, Georgia. So that's about 90 minutes away or so from Rome, Georgia. So I'm laying out there. If you guys live in Rome, Georgia, you need to be in the room Saturday morning for my McDonough training, and then you need to be in the room on Tuesday, and you need to have more people with you. So there's the convenient training. The easy thing to do is to just go to the Rome training. I get that, and you definitely need to be there. But if you got your diamond coming 90 minutes away, then you need to be at that training also. If you got your diamond doing a meeting an hour and a half away, then you need to be at that meeting. So look at that and always have a how can I mindset, and not just your diamond, but any diamond. If there's an out of area diamond coming, maybe they got a new team building, I'm there. I'm doing what I need to do. Beth and I, sometimes it's divide and conquer, and one of us stays home with Daniel and one of us goes to the meeting. That's fine, but if you're a couple and you got kids, one of you needs to be in the room for those events. Those are non-negotiables if you want to find success. So that first part is getting yourself there. Then it's about getting your people there. It's really this simple. It's a matter of the art of promotion. What do you believe? Do you believe that you just got to get people there because you got to put some bodies in the seats and you got to put some numbers up so it looks good in the room? Or do you believe that what if this was the one time, the one meeting that somebody came out, even if they come out before, but listen, you have not heard what Joe has to say. You've not heard what Nikki Riot has to say. You've not heard what Danny McDaniel has to say. But whomever that leader is that's coming to town, get yourself there. Like I look at Atlanta again. I'm just picking Atlanta because you guys got some awesome stuff coming up. So you got Thursday, you've got Jason Pinnell. Friday, I'm doing a mixer. Saturday, I'm doing the business opportunity meeting and training, the business training. Tuesday, then just an hour or so west of the city, I'm doing the meeting up there in Rome for the boss. You got like bam, 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 bam. One thing to look at is you can say is, man, it's a lot of meetings. The other way to look at it is say, I'm going to get as many people in the room for each of those meetings as I possibly can, and I'm going to be committed to being there. So think about this too. This is something that we take for granted in AdvoCare. We have phenomenal leadership available to us in this company. That's the reality of what we have here in AdvoCare. We are blessed beyond measure with the leadership culture in AdvoCare. And then you think about the income that we earn. Just track with me for a second. Beth and I, we are earning anywhere between $50,000 and $60,000 a month at the time of this recording. And so take the AdvoCare context out of this for a second, and I want you to think about it. How often in life do any of us get an opportunity to learn from someone who earns $500,000 a year or more income? That's a very rare opportunity. So forget about AdvoCare. Just if I had the opportunity to learn from somebody who was a real estate investor that made $800,000 a year, I want to know how he did it. And I don't know anything about real estate investing, but I want to hear there's value that is created when you get to learn from extremely financially successful people. And we just happen to be blessed in this AdvoCare, and you can get them involved with your business and you can make more money with that. But that can be that simple, guys. I look back at our business, and there have been some defining moments in our business. One of our defining moments was simply this. It was back in January of 2009. We were barely silver. In fact, I remember this was a Tuesday pay period closed in the middle of January, And I think we had just barely hit silver, like $130. I could look it up exactly. It was about $130 that pay period. And I got a call about 2 days before, 48 hours out, and Rick Lloyd was going to come to town, and he was going to do a mixer for Beth and I in our living room. Now, before this, we had never had more than 3 or 4 people at a mixer ever in our first year and a half in the business. But Rick Loy, sales vice president, I didn't know if he'd ever come again. And my invitation was simply this: Rick Loy is coming to town for the first and maybe last time ever, and you have got to hear what he has to say. That was literally it. We went from never having more than 4 people at a mixer to we had 18 people in the room that evening. And what happened was we went to that period close. That was a Tuesday period close. We had about 100, like I said, 120 or so dollar override. The next 2 periods, we qualified and pinned 3-star gold and earned the corporate incentive trip to Peter Island. That was a defining moment in our business because we worked with psychotic focus. I called anyone and everyone, did whatever I had to do to get them in the room. People who just weren't even interested. I said, I just need you to be there anyway. You got to hear what this guy has to say. And what happened through that process was some people who weren't interested wound up becoming interested. And our business has never been the same since that one moment. So here's the thing: is what is the next impending event in your area? Maybe you live in I don't know, Ohio, and you got to go down to Indianapolis. Maybe you live in Evansville and you got to go up to Indianapolis. Maybe you live in Central Georgia or South Georgia and you got to come up there for my meeting. I'm doing my training on Saturday in McDonough, Georgia. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a 2.5 hour drive on a Saturday morning. Get in the room. See that again? Will it be easy? No. Will it be convenient? Probably not. Will it be worth it? And could it cause breakthrough and change in your business? Probably. And so that's just the focus, guys. Get yourself and your team to impending events. Be committed first, figure out the details later, and excitedly share and invite others. You have got to work the list. You've got to have names on the list. You've got to be calling them, outgoing call, not tagging them on Facebook flyers or anything like that. Pick up the phone and calling them and asking them, can I count on you to be there? If you got to pick them up, pick them up. If you got to take them to dinner before and take them to do whatever you got to do, figure out a way to get them in the room because that's the number one skill. You guys are champions. I know you're going to be loading the rooms for these events we got coming up the next few weeks. We just got Evansville booked tonight. So pumped to go up there and hang out with Team Riot. You guys are champions. Let's load the room. Let's go out there and change the world.